today, I mean, there's a couple things I want to do today, but I did not. There's a special announcement that's happening right now. I want to watch this. I want to see what's. He might like announce war with Venezuela or something. Oh, wait, Trump is speaking.
Well, thank you very much, and we're thrilled to be joined by one of the most successful business leaders and people.
Don't say yourself.
Anywhere in the country, whether it's technology, no matter what business you're talking about, there's really nobody quite like him. He's chairman and CEO of Dell Technologies.
Michael Dell?
He's here with his wonderful wife, Susan, and they have a special relationship. I think I can say that, really. It's very nice. I don't see too much of it. I see the opposite, but I don't see too much. I have a special.
Are they announcing they're swinging
people.
right here?
And I've seen that. I've known that for a long time.
Separate bedrooms?
It's a tremendous thing. Also, the CEO of Altamer Capital, Brad Gerstner. Where are you, Brad? Brad Gerstner is a terrific fellow who's very much involved in this incredible thing that we're doing today, along with the Speaker of the House, Mike
Dude, he has no idea what's going on.
I want to thank you all for being here. It's a great group.
Okay, well, what's the announcement?
And I guess a potential Fed chair is here, too. I don't know. Am I allowed to say that? Potential. He's a respected person.
Is it Kevin Hassett?
Thank you, Kevin. Today is Giving Tuesday. I don't know if anybody's heard that one before.
Okay, so Kevin Hassett is definitely. I'm just going to pause here. Kevin Hassett is definitely our next Fed chair. That's me. The way he said that is potential. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it. It's Kevin Hassett. Okay, he's picked Kevin Hassett, which is the biggest Trump glazer, to be the new Jerome Powell. It'll be happening, I guess, in early 26.
And this afternoon, Michael and Susan Dell are committing to one of the largest
Giving Tuesday, folks. Give to
in American
stands.
history, which will directly benefit the next generation of American children through the new Trump Accounts program, trust funds for every American child, allowing family members, employers, corporations, generous donors to contribute money that will be invested and grow over the course of a child's life.
That's our plan.
To be used for their benefit after
Maddie.
they turn 18. So in other words, these are children that are.
Hey, this is big. You know what? Maddie is good, folks. Little Maddie has a Trump trust fund. Okay, we're set.
An investment's going to be made. That investment's going to continue to grow. We hope, right? We hope.
We hope.
And but it will, and they'll feel like Michael Dell someday. But at 18, they'll have a lot.
All right, well, good. You're set up, little Maddie. You're going to be a billionaire like Michael Dell once you're Trump.
A lot more money than they would have had, and potentially a lot of money. But these accounts will track the overall stock market.
We're all going to
be
be billionaires.
100% private property controlled by the child's guardians. In American prosperity, a benefit from the rising stock market and a better shot at the American dream. It really gives them a shot at the American dream. Michael and Susan, I want to thank you for this extraordinary act of kindness and patriotism.
I was pause. It is a nice thing to give away $6.2 billion. That's, I'm not going to knock that. But you're talking about $250 per child. That's not what you know what I'm saying? They're talking about that. They're gonna put it in the stock market, I guess, and that's gonna make them all millionaires, he said? If you put $250 in the stock market and it compounds 10% every year, which would be a really great outcome for, the S&P 500. After 20 years, you will have $1,600. Holy fuck. You might have slightly less than one 2K stimmy check right now, but with 20 years inflation. So holy.
Many others will follow Michael and Susan's example and make their own contributions. I'll be doing it too, to the next generation, including businesses, churches, philanthropists, family members, and parents themselves. I think we're going to have a lot of...
The plan is voluntary contributions from business people into Trump tax accounts for children?
The Trump accounts will be available starting on July 4th next year. And Michael and Susan, to you again, it's an amazing act of just incredible everything. I mean,
this is the big
life
announcement
you've led to be able to do this, even to be able to
I wanted to talk about Michael Dell for like 45 minutes and then slip in the last 5 minutes. Oh yeah, war. We're gonna have war with Venezuela. Just toss it on the way out the door.
People have a good heart, but they can't give $6.25 billion. All
right, what's Michael Dell got to say? Maybe he'll sell this better.
Thank you, Mr. President. It's a great honor to be with you here in the White House. This act has created a platform for families and friends and communities and companies and philanthropists to contribute to these accounts to create a savings and opportunity and hope and prosperity for tens of millions of children in this country.
Okay.
And Susan and I are super excited to announce our $6.25 billion gift.
Look,
to
like a voluntary donation-based solution is not a solution. It's just not a solution. The idea that we're gonna just gift everyone into prosperity is it's not gonna happen. That's crazy. I mean, like, I'm not saying this is necessarily a horrible thing. You're giving kids who are under 150K median household income some kind of savings account. It's like not, that's money in their pocket. Actually, it's direct transfer, which is nice. But this is going to be small potatoes. Now, I think gifted subs will help.
The federal program.
Direct gifted subs,
the
ideally to like
and who also
new
live
families.
in zip codes where the median income is $150,000 or less. 8 years old, I got a passbook savings account, and I had, I think, about $8 in it. And you go to the savings
and that's how you became a billionaire.
Give them a quarter, and they'd stamp your account. And I got to see the power of compound interest early in my life. And that has brought me here to this moment. And hopefully will inspire that kind of opportunity for...
Michael Dell did not become a billionaire by stashing away quarters and getting compound interest. He became a billionaire because the value of his Dell stock went really high in a certain period of time when he owned a large portion of Dell. And Dell was an important company in the stock market, and it made that's where he made all of his money. Hey, I'm at Lemonade Stand with stupid Aiden, and I wanted to give an update to this story that I didn't mention about, which is apparently that Michael Dell is one of the leading frontrunners to get the access to TikTok US when they're forcing it to be sold to a US investor. So it's probably a big reason why he's part of this fucking program. What do you think, Aiden?
I'm not fucking stupid. I've got a helmet on.
He is.
I've got a helmet.
For decades, we've talked about the wealth gap. We've talked about too many people left out and left behind. This president was elected on a Main Street.
The solution to the wealth gap is having some billionaires march out and give some portion. That's it. They're going to give it down.
So I think we will look back on today and know that these Trump accounts, they have started a new age of the capitalism and market interest for the whole country. I also think that it is a game changer.
First of all, how is a government-provided service of $1,000 capitalism?
Americans are the most generous.
It's like a government-mandated propping up of the S&P. It has to be propped up now because now everybody's not only 401k. I'm sorry, I'm talking over him.
It could be a philanthropist could adopt a state. They can adopt a school. They can adopt a zip code. They can adopt a street. And so we will constantly see these accounts be topped up.
Okay, I just want to pause right there because if different philanthropists can give to different subsections of all children, then that means different accounts will have different amount. Like if you're a child in a state that has more philanthropists, then your kids are going to have more money in their Trump account. If it's not being split equally amongst all, so that's already also strange.
For those of you who would like to, you can go to trumpaccounts.gov.
Let's check it
today.
out.
This idea, this vision came about because Brad and a couple of smart guys came up with this idea and then took a few years to sell the idea to everybody. And then these visionary legislators over here, Senator Ted Cruz and Blake Moore in the House and Jason Smith, the Ways and Means Chair, really caught the vision. And we put it into the big, beautiful bill, the Working Families Tax Cut. We've been saying all along that was drafted to really help lower and middle class earners in America. And this is one of the great features. One of the perils of having the big, beautiful bill and having it all in there together, the president and I have talked about many times, is that there's so many great things in that legislation, we don't have enough time to talk about all of it. So we need a moment to really focus on this.
I want to make a more clear point here, and it's going to involve the beautiful family that I'm on the stream of right now, which is Stanza Rochelle. We have two friends who are having babies right now in December. One of the families is Stanza Rochelle, and the other is Ari's best friend who lives in Japan. Now, again, Japan's birth rate's terrible, but they have recognized this and done some policies to make it easier for new families. The family that is having the kid in Japan has guaranteed paid maternity leave for up to like it sounds insane, but I believe it's 2 years. 2 years. She gets a big portion of her paycheck paid by the government to encourage having a kid. There's paternity leave. Like there's a lot of programs they have to make it more financially viable and easier to have a kid. And then right now I'm here, we're doing this thing for Stans, but like Rochelle has to be back to work by like, I think February, and she's taking some of her own time off. Like it's crazy. Like the difference is crazy. And so if you really wanted to have a way to use government money to help working families, I think a direct, like this $1,000 directly going to a new family or having some way to support maternity or paternity leave is going to be better than borrowing money, which is what we're doing because we don't have the money in our budget. We're borrowing money to put it into the stock market. So it's kind of a recursive loop. $1,000 at birth and they can't cash out for 18, 20, 30 years, which again, if everything goes perfectly and it does compound, is still only like, I don't have the exact number here, but that would be like $6,000. Yeah, $1,000 compounded at 10% over 18 years would be $5,500. I'm not saying that's nothing, but what is that in, 2040? Is $6,000 a life-changing amount of money at our current interest rates, at our current inflation rates? It doesn't feel like a real solution. It feels very like a dog and pony show, bro. And then the fact that it's not even funded, the $1,000 is funded by us borrowing / printing money, but the rest of it is funded by, I guess, philanthropy. So as long as people want, I guess, favors from Trump, they might donate to this thing, but it's not like that's a sustained, reliable way to get a lot of money in children's accounts. It's about millions of kids here. These guys donated $6.2 billion and only averaged out to $250 per account. This kind of feels like we made the joke, the political joke that like, I mean, this is not even like a left or right thing. We've just made the joke that like our economy's heading more towards like a Mr. Beast economy. People are going to have to be on a Mr. Beast game show to survive. Like the most common job in 2045 is going to be contestant on a Mr. Beast show. That's where you can make enough money. That's what it feels more like because this makes them dependent on like somebody wealthy is going to have to give the money. Mr. Beast is going to have to make a big donation here for this to be even funded at a reasonable level.
They wouldn't have the capability to do it. They wouldn't have philanthropists and great Americans with big hearts like this who've earned their way and really fulfilled the American dream. And they have a vision and a desire for more and more people to do that. And so now more and more Americans will.
I also want to say, this is the last thing. I'm never going to knock somebody for giving $6 billion to essentially charity. I mean, this is going to kids. I don't knock it. I think it's a good thing to do. But you have to understand that Michael Dell is worth $151 billion. So, if he loses $6 billion, he's still worth $145 billion. He might not feel that loss. That's not a loss that's going to really hit him. $145 billion is enough to I think get by. I mean, maybe he's got the pity pinch a little bit without that extra $6 billion, but this is one of the wealthiest people in the world by a huge factor. I think once you're over 100 billion, a few billion here and there is not a material impact. The number of people who have this level of wealth is very small. And then of those who are willing to give large billions is smaller. And so there's just not going to be enough to go around to make these accounts funded to where it's actually worthwhile, to where it can grow to millions. Again, the numbers we're talking about, even if you don't touch it at all and let it grow, it's going to grow to thousands, 5, 6, 7,000. Americans are so lazy. You don't need maternity leave. Your baby needs a job. It's actually based. I'm changing my entire mind. Wait, is Stan's chat based? Wait a minute, that actually is what if it was Trump's Jobs for Babies program? Okay, instead of giving them a fucking handout of $1,000 and they can't touch it for 18 years, what if they gave them real cash now for a job they could work? Not child labor, baby labor. That's interesting. Okay, you know what this also is? I'm sorry, I'm just not seeing this. They're gonna print or borrow $1,000 per child and put it in the S&P 500. This is a gigantic government propping up of the S&P 500 right now. This is right now. This is like an immediate, like as of next year, they're going to It's just actually such an incredible near-term pump of the S&P 500.
And now you've got the hottest country anywhere in the world.
Well, never mind, we're hot. We're hot.
It's one of the reasons Michael's able to do this. It's one of the reasons I'm able to be here and, having really run a very successful campaign. We won all 7 swing states. We won the popular vote by millions. We won the districts. I'll tell you, the district vote is the most impressive.
Dude,
2,000.
I've watched too many Trump speeches now. I'm getting annoyed.
550.
I'm getting annoyed. He's the greatest public speaker I've ever seen. I as you guys know, maybe you don't watch my stream because I'm on Stan's stream today, but massive Trump fan. I usually talk about how great MAGA is all the time. But man, having seen a lot of his speeches now, I am getting a little bit annoyed, a little bit fed up by the constant references to Biden and the election and the swing states and how hot we are. And
we just had a tremendous election and a tremendous vote of confidence. And thank you very much for that question. Thank you.
Is that it?
On immigration, sir. On immigration, sir. Will you make a deal with Democrats?
Thank you, press.
Mr. President.
Thank you, press.
Thank you. Will you make
He's out. Okay. All right. It's actually over. Okay. Well, wow. That was really powerful stuff. I think the economy saved in 18 years. 19, I guess. In 19 years, the flood of money from the $1,000 accounts for children is going to revitalize this great country. And that's all we got to wait for.